go to the Volkswagen Dealers Expert Hotline and welcome in the head coach and sporting director of the New England Revolution. Bruce Arena is with us now. Hi, Bruce.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Bruce.
How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing good.
How's it feel to be
Good.
riding a 2-month unbeaten streak at this point?
Well, it's kind of good. I think we can be a little bit better, but I'm not complaining given the way we started the season. So we are moving our team forward, and hopefully we can put together a good second half of the season.
I know you've climbed up into sixth place now, but you're, 3 points out of that second spot. Do you view your team as more of, a top 1 or 2 type team than where you're seated right now and how it feels?
Well, yeah, I think we can definitely move up. We're still dealing with getting the new players acclimated to our team, and Barrero and Petrovic in the goal, and Barrero up top. And then we still haven't brought Henry Kessler into the team, and that's going to happen in the next week or so. And we'll bring back some injured players. We had some injuries in the last game against Minnesota. Polster didn't play. By didn't play. Leggett didn't play. Turner didn't play in his last game. So we still have a lot of work ahead of us, and hopefully the second half of the season brings some better things than we saw in the early going here.
Kessler going to play Sunday night in Vancouver, you think?
I don't expect him there, but I believe the following week he'll be ready to go.
Okay, and I know you can't do anything about the schedule, but we just mentioned it. You're riding this this great streak right now, 7 points over the 3 matches there in 8 days, and now you get a week off. I mean, would you rather kind of stick with a lot of games in a short amount of time seem to be serving you well lately?
Yes, but we do need some rest now. It was very demanding on us. I thought we started the game real slow against Minnesota on Sunday, and we just had heavy legs. So it was good to have a couple of days off and slowly building the guys back up this week. And then we have that long travel to Vancouver, British Columbia. So I think the break is good for us, and hopefully we have some fresh legs when we play Sunday.
Sunday night, 8 o'clock against Vancouver, the 17th match of the regular season, which makes it the halfway point. The last time the Revs played Vancouver, almost 3 years ago, 2019, Gustavo Bou's MLS debut.
Wow.
He had a great game that night, great goal in that game. You're now 3 years later. How important is he to this team and where you're going this season?
Well, he's a difference maker, and again, in the Minnesota game, it wasn't our best game, and Gustavo scored an incredible goal, and he's that kind of player. He's a difference maker, and we depend on Gustavo to get us goals. So it's good to see he's coming back in form, and hopefully that'll continue.
I know the reports are he's at full strength, but do you have to watch and be guarded with him, and considering some of the losses you're going to have here with some of your players not being here that you're used to?
He's really fit now. He's 100%. He's moving well, and the injuries past us, and we think he's just going to continue to make good progress as we enter the second half of the season.
Do you think there's pressure on him, or will he feel pressure to make up for some of the production that'll be lost with Buxa?
Since every game we've played without Adam, we've scored 2 goals. Not that I'm pleased about that. I'd still rather have Adam here, but he's not. But our team is scoring goals in different ways, and hopefully other players pick up the slack. But certainly Gustavo feels a little pressure that he has to get goals. But that's good. That's why he's here. He's a goal scorer, and hopefully that'll continue.
I don't know that he would feel the pressure, Bruce, because he scores in such a different way than Buxa did. I mean, Buxa was the guy that you'd be looking for in a cross off a set piece to bury a header, and with Bou, it's like that, those rocket kicks from outside the box, and that's where you expect him to score. So, yeah, I'm sure there's something pressure-wise that he's feeling, but it's certainly not going to look the same if he does make up for some of that production.
Yes, I agree with that. He's going to be fine. Carlos will score goals. Our new player Barrero will. We've had By and Jones score goals as fullbacks this year. So, we have a lot of guys that'll get goals, and the transfer window's coming up. We might bring in a goal scorer as well. So, I think there's a lot of positives ahead, and hopefully we can stay healthy and have a good second half of the year.
There's a lot of teams that travel out west, and you have that 3-hour time difference. You guys are pretty damn good traveling out west, Pacific Coast time. I think you've won your last 11, unbeaten your last 11. What do you attribute that to? Is it the early preparation getting out there?
Yeah, that's part of it, and our guys just have a real good mentality playing on the road, and they kind of look forward to it. So hopefully that continues. Vancouver's never an easy place to play, but I think we're going to be there in pretty good form on Sunday, and hopefully we can bring back 3 points.
So, Bruce, I'm trying to remember the last time we talked to you if the announcement had been made about the World Cup yet, but I'm just wondering if you've already had discussions about how that's going to affect the Revs, when it happens here, like facilities-wise, logistically. Does this mean anything stadium-wise? Like, it's certainly going to affect the team in some way. What have those talks been like?
It will, but the MLS hasn't decided what they're doing yet, and I think we will be taking a break for the opening rounds of the World Cup. That's what we typically do, and probably didn't. We didn't do it in '94 because we didn't have a league yet in '94. But what will happen probably in group play, which is basically the first 10 days of the tournament, MLS will go idle, so that won't affect us there. And Gillette will probably have a round of 16 game, maybe a quarterfinal game as well, and then the stadium will open up. So for the most part, we're not going to be playing any home games in the month of June, likely. And again, I'm just projecting this. I don't know that. And the league will be shut down. So I don't think it'll have a major impact. And, I regardless whether it has any kind of impact on us, I think it's going to be fabulous for Foxborough and the city of Boston. A World Cup is the greatest sporting event in the world. So whatever happens. If we have to pack suitcases and be on the road a while, I'm okay with that because I think it's just a fabulous event for us to have, and I think Gillette Stadium is going to be a tremendous venue for the World Cup.
Bruce, when did you find out that the World Cup was coming? Was it with the announcement when everyone else found out, or did you have a little bit of a heads up?
I'll be honest with you, I was pretty confident we were going to get it. I know this gentleman called Mr. Robert Kraft, and I think he was very confident that we were well positioned to get the World Cup. So I was not surprised when it was announced.
Is he an assistant? Is he like working with Shalry? Who is that?
Yeah, he's
clean the locker rooms. What's he do?
He's a young buck that I'm developing here.
Okay. Facilities-wise, so obviously they're going to play on grass at Gillette. Yep. Mm-hmm. Do you guys get grass for the time leading up to it and the time afterward? Are they going to allow that?
It's going to be permanent. It's not. I don't think the artificial field is coming back to Gillette again. That's my understanding, and I think there's a chance that field may be in for the beginning of our 2006 MLS season, and possibly before that. I can't tell you for sure, but first of all, it's required for the World Cup that you have grass, and I know the planning is it's going to be permanent.
Permanent for all sports?
I was going to say
I believe so. That's my understanding.
With Patriot games,
again,
if you're away.
That is awesome. Wow. I mean, I love hearing that because
grass. Wrong, but the technology today with grass fields is unbelievable. So they can do it. When I was out in Los Angeles, they played all kinds of events in the stadium with grass, so it can be done. The technology is unbelievable.
LA versus New England is
a little different.
A little nicer weather. Yeah.
I haven't noticed that since I've been here, to be honest with you. But
but you're a Northeast guy at heart.
Information. Yeah, exactly.
You've got it in your blood.
To Cornell.
Yeah,
this is like Hawaii compared to Ithaca, New York.
You can handle it.
So grass before the 2026 season, maybe before, and from your understanding, after that, it's just going to stay that way.
I believe so. That's my understanding, and if I'm wrong, I've been wrong before. You remember the last time I was on, I called the Celtics in 6 games, so it shows what I know.
Well,
It's all right. Hardy had them in 5.
Yeah, they made it to 6, so it was pretty close.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody won in 6 games anyway.
Right.
Yep.
Well, in case you were wondering, we took a number of calls yesterday on where the new Revs Stadium should go, and people had a number of really good suggestions that I think we should forward on to you.
Yeah.
How do you like?
Hopefully it's somewhere near the city of Boston.
Across New England. I don't know if you like Hartford, Providence, or New Hampshire, but all were in the mix.
No, I like Boston. It has to be Boston.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
We'll work with that.
Okay. Great.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
See you, Bruce. Good luck.
Bruce Arena.